Hello, this is Jay with another TruGuide training video. This time we're going to talk about troubleshooting some common problems I've run into. These are players not working on domains, cookie banners interfering with players, finding the perfect questions for your player. So the first problem, and this is very important to check out, is that you have the right kind of permissions for your player to show up on your web page. One of these permissions is actually in the settings and on players. This is domain restrictions. You can find this in your settings and per player. You need to make sure that this is not blocking it so it doesn't show up on your domain. So just make sure that it is either in the allowed domains or you haven't set up any domains that make it to where only those domains show whenever you actually want it to show up on more places. Another important thing to consider is a consent manager on your website, such as Termly. If you have a consent manager that makes those nice GDPR compliant banners and does everything to make sure that your users on your website are fully informed of what they're getting on their browser, one thing we found is that because our player is a third-party player, if you don't allow the player.trueguide URL to be whitelisted by your consent manager as an essential script, what's going to happen is whenever someone's on your web page, unless they accept everything, they will not see the player. So we have run into this problem before, even with our own site, where because we were trying to do the right thing and make sure that we had consent manager that was all compliant, it was a little too compliant and was blocking this. And even for us, even though we're TruGuide, we had to tell our consent manager that, yes, this is us too, make sure that they show that off. So just keep that in mind. And I would say the third big thing that I have noticed causes issues is finding good questions. So whenever you are building these players and you're thinking of what questions to put in, we call them quests too, by the way. That's because they don't just have to be questions. They can also be topics. It's very important to think of what kind of questions work really well with my content. So for example, if you're a self-help guru, you can't ask about how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich unless you have videos that talk about how you make a great peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Otherwise, our player is going to very nicely tell you that the content doesn't address it. It will try its best to make it work, but just it's better on everyone if you just come up with those good questions first of all. What I've found is a very effective technique for this is to get a transcript of your videos and then run it through an AI program like a ChatGPT or Gemini and ask it what questions correspond well to this content. So that's a good little tip if you're having trouble getting good questions. So those are the three kind of big troubleshooting tips. And of course, if you ever run into something that you really can't figure out, I am here every day. You can reach me at support@true.guide, and I will help you with whatever kind of issues you have.